Tunataka kuona ya kwamba mnachukua nchi na mnaendeleza mambo ya mbele. Mimi kama mwenyekiti wa chama sitasema mengi. Leo ni siku ya rais. Yale nitakayosema ni kwamba chama tumekishikilia, we have maintained and made sure that the party has been inclusive, and as you look at the team that represents the party, represent everybody in this country, from the Asian community, from the Western region, Central Province, Nairobi, which is the metropolitan and the melting point of the Kenya nation. Kwa haya yote, mimi ningetaka kusema kwamba nimeshukuru na karibuni. Kwa haya machache ningependa kumuita Secretary General wetu wa chama Bwana AJAABU. Karibu.
Habari zenu? Tuko salama? Leo ni ile siku. Tulikuwa tunangoja hiyo siku. Tumefika hapa. Then let us go out there, tell everybody who's missing what we saw here, what we witnessed, and what we want to do to take this country to another level. Are we together? Yes. As put by my chairman here, we as a party are a multifaceted party. You can see, I'm a young guy, we have older people. I'm an Asian, we have Africans, we have the minorities. I might be educated, but we have those who have not yet got that chance to seek their education. So us as a party, we are here to free Kenya, to make sure that each and every one of us feels like a Kenyan and deserves what they are to get in their future by joining hands with us and liberating this country. As put by the chairman, this today is the day we are launching our manifesto. And today is the day for our president, the 5th president of Kenya, Professor George Luchiri Wajackoyah. Without wasting any further time, we have some entertainment lined up, and Juma will take you through the rest of the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Kama mnavyojua, chama yetu imeleta vision kubwa sana, vision ambayo imeletwa by Professor Wajackoyah and Justina Wamai. And one of our key pillars is how to liberate our economy. Our economy has always been under the captive of some few people in this country. And this time round we are saying the economy has to be for everyone. Ama namna gani? Sindio? Na tumeleta ile mambo ya bangi. Na hiyo mambo ya bangi, kuna watu wametoka kuipiga sana, wanasema sijui mambo nini. So today we brought an expert called Dr. Ogot Wada. Because what we are saying is the cultivation of industrial hemp for industry purposes and medicinal use for export. Ndio mahali popote kuna shida ya shamba huku Kenya, kila mtu ambaye wako na ardhi watakuwa na pesa mfuko kwa kila mtu, ndio? Si pesa kwa watu kidogo na sisi hatuna pesa. So we brought an expert who understands the language of our Professor Wajackoyah, the language of Justina Wamai, and the language of the millions of Kenya who subscribes to our vision. So I want to call Dr. Ogot to come here and please pass the message. Please, ambie watu, hakuna mtu anasema watoto wavute bangi, hapana. Sisi tunasema tupande bangi, tuuze, to export, si ndio? Dr. Ogot, please, come and speak to your people. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, it is indeed an auspicious occasion for us to gather here as a constituency that has had no voice in this country through the years. I would like to thank particularly the leadership of the Roots Party, Professor George Oluchiri Wajackoyah and Justina Wamai, his running mate, for making all this possible, and for giving a voice to the voiceless, and for giving a face to the faceless. For the last nearly 6 years since 2017, I have led an almost lonely battle in Parliament, trying to get marijuana legalized at the expense of being called a madman. So I wish to state that I stand here as a father of grown-up children who are also well-to-do in their own right, but as a believer in the cause of marijuana. As a man who believes in the philosophy of Rasta, I am at peace with nature, and I have no problem with the green herb. I also speak here as a prophet, and one who, most of the things that you see going on in the country and the world today, I had written about nearly 4 or 5 years ago. Amongst the things that I had written about as early as 2018 was the painting of cities in colors, as you've seen in Mombasa, in Kisumu and in Nakuru. I had written about the repossession of railway land and housing. I had written about the glory and the future of the Rasta man as being the owners of the future. I had written about the liberation of a new nation and the birth of a new nation. And I do this all in the name of God. Amen. Anybody who believes in, I get my motivation from the Holy Bible. If anybody doubts that what we are doing is divine, I would love you all to go and read the book of Ezekiel 34:29, when God speaks about a plant of great renown that he shall give to the world to heal the problems of society and to remove shame from his people. I would also like you all to go and read the book of Isaiah 65:5 that gives the history of the origin of marijuana. So when we speak here as responsible men and women who know what they're doing and who should not be considered mad by any chance. In the same Holy Bible, the same Holy Bible speaks about the stone that the builder refused, that was to return to be the head cornerstone. You find that in the book of Psalms 112. I speak about a herb that is in the Bible written as one that shall bring healing to nations and that shall bring people together as one. For near the last 15 years, I was attached to Citizen TV as a political analyst for nearly 7 years, and subsequently I worked as head of research for Uganda's premier electoral institution for 7 years as head of research. While I worked there, I came out with 2 copyrights. One for electoral rigging, electronic rigging and electronic observation, and 2 for the universal theory of genital modifications that explains all circumcision, all genital modifications as being based on water and sunshine. It is today a universal principle that is accepted, that where there is fresh water, there is no circumcision, and where there is no fresh water, there is circumcision. I speak here with great pride because I see many people who are gathered here today, youngsters, old people, who have come together to proclaim to the world that those who were thought not to know may just be the ones who have the answer to the future. I speak here to a nation that has condemned a lot of marijuana speakers, and I speak in solidarity with those brothers and sisters who still languish in prison because of laws that were made without recognizing the due place of plants, and particularly marijuana. Today, I am glad to tell you and to join your voices too in proclaiming that the solution that the Roots Party provides is based on the concept of a marijuana economy. What do I mean by marijuana economy? There are three strands of marijuana. One is called cannabis indica forma. That is the medical variant of marijuana, and that is what has a THC or tetrahydrocannabinoid content of 12% and above. That is what is specifically used to make medicines. Anybody will tell you that all medicines that are sold over the counter, the universal base is one: marijuana. You will also be told by those who wish to stand and speak for the truth, and by those who believe, as the Bible says, that let not a good thing be called bad, that marijuana is not bad, and nobody can condemn marijuana. And that no one can condemn what God has made and given his people to use. And for those who do not know the usage of this plant, very soon a book will be coming out in about 3 weeks that explains the origin, the basics, the networks, the potential, the properties of marijuana. Next is the second strand, which is called cannabis sativa L, otherwise known as hemp. While cannabis indica forma is specifically medicinal, hemp or cannabis indica L, cannabis sativa L, is specifically the industrial variant. It has a very low level of THC, about 3% and below, and does not get anyone high. Mainly, many people do not know that all the paper currency, all the notes in the world are made from marijuana paper by a pen. Everybody carrying a note, if you have money in your pocket, you are carrying proof of the efficacy and the economic benefit of marijuana. If you have money in your pocket, you have a sample of what marijuana can do for our economy. Number two, many people do not know that in all the ports across the world, all the twine that is used to anchor the biggest ships in the world are made from hemp fiber. It is also my pleasure to inform you that all military uniforms across the world, including the tandaruas, the tarpaulin, are made from hemp fiber. Third, it is also my wish to inform you that clothing material made from hemp is about 70 times stronger than that made from cotton and cheaper to produce. Next, I'm also happy to inform you that hemp can produce fertilizer for our farms. It can produce chicken and cow feed for our agriculture. And in the growth of these plants, you do not need fungicide, you do not need herbicides, you do not need pesticides. It just grows and heals the soil as well. So in other words, we have a plant that stands on two main legs, the medicinal and the industrial. The third variant of marijuana is called cannabis ruderalis. That is hardly found in these regions. It's the pygmy of the marijuana plant, mainly found in the colder south areas of Russia. But that is normally considered, it doesn't have many properties in it that we can talk about. And for many people who may not know, liberation comes in packages that may not necessarily be sweet, just like medicine. If I am sick today, I will be given malaria cream. Not because it is sweet, but because it will heal me. It will make me healthy. And on that note, I wish to appeal to our party leadership to take charge and lead and help us push for the legalization of marijuana, not just as an economic revolution, but also as a spiritual passage to all those who use marijuana. Thirdly, as we approach the elections, every person has always said that we're looking forward to a violent election. And that has been the case. And when there has been violence, it has been accused of those who smoke marijuana. Not true. That's a lie. For anybody, I went around with the party leadership through Western Kenya, through Kisumu, into every slum where I was born in Nyalenda, Obunga, Kondele Martin. Not a single stone, not a single insult, no pleas for money, just peace and one love. Just peace and one love. So I speak to a constituency that has been sat on, that has been shut on, that has been spat on, but one that has stayed resilient to their call for a better nation, a healthier nation, and a wealthier nation. And in that regard, I wish to appeal to all my brothers and sisters across the country that maybe the time to make a change is now. If there is any doctor or teacher or pupil who believes in a greater future and a better future where everybody has an equal chance to have money in their pocket because they own a half an acre, that time is now. If there is any soldier or policeman in this room who is driven by the spirit of nationalism and who would love to wear uniforms that will last for 20 years or 20 years, grown in a military farm or grown locally to make our uniforms locally, and in the ideal of pursuit of self-sufficiency, then that time is now. I appeal to every woman across the land who is aware that marijuana can provide marijuana oil for us to smear on our bodies and not Vaseline petroleum, because petroleum is for vehicles and machines. Anybody who requires organic medicine and organic oil, then that time of liberation is now. I appeal to our political leadership who have promised us emancipation from poverty, who have given glorious promises which they have not fulfilled. If they're truly and in their hearts convinced that they love this country as a shared space, where there is space for those who use and those who don't use, where there is space for those who believe in what we believe and those who do not believe, then their time to make a change is now. I stand here with a lot of pride to be part of a party and part of a team that has chosen a way that today is being seen as progressive universally, but that yesterday was seen as backward and retrogressive. I appreciate you, my brothers and sisters, with all the love that I can. I appreciate you for your resilience, because many people say that the Rasta man did not have a voice, and I said that let's give the Rasta man his voice once again. Now is the time, my brothers, now is the time, my sisters, to appreciate that God is the sole provider of all crops and plants. And it is Him who gave us this beautiful plant, which we all know what can do. By the time it gets to a stage where one presidential candidate has called himself Buffalo Soldier, another one has said he's a reggae man, and the third presidential candidate who we are here to support has come out and said that I will legalize. Surely there must be something special about this plant. If there was nothing special about this plant, not every candidate would have wished to associate with this thing. My brothers and sisters, who would have thought that one day in Kenya, the political future and fate of the nation would lie in the hands of the marijuana constituency? Who would have ever thought that we would get to a stage where we would be looking forward to the marijuana constituency as the way forward? It is a true revolution. So I appeal to you, all those who know that the time to legalize marijuana is here. I ask you to vote for Professor Wajackoyah and still I urge you, all those who know that it is time for peace and healing, to vote for change through Professor George Wajackoyah and Christina Omai. I appeal to you to lead the way forward, for God has blessed you to be called here today to lead this revolution, a green revolution, a revolution that shall be filled with smoke, not of burning, but smoke of love and smoke of unity. I appeal to your greater sense of discipline, that in doing everything we do, and as long as I have done it since I started, I have tried to walk and talk through the narrow path of the law, even though it has been difficult. We have no reason to fight with our brothers and sisters. We have no reason to live in confrontation with the security agencies over marijuana. but we have reason, as those who know what lies in this plant, to be messengers of God, to be messengers of light, to go and speak to those who do not know, to teach them that the day or the time has come for those who are behind to come to the front, those who are down to be lifted up, those who are forgotten to be remembered, and those who knew no love to be loved. For the time is now. I appeal to you, my brothers and sisters, that as this continues, I am sure each one of you should lead himself or herself in planning for this bright future that beholds after the legalization of marijuana. I'm sure you're aware, 250 acres of marijuana produces $5.1 billion per year. It is considered the world's most profitable cash, food, industrial, and spiritual crop. From the roots of marijuana, we will make ointment for our knees and our pains. From the stalks of marijuana, we will make yarn and paper for our books. From the buds of marijuana, we will make marijuana oil to fuel our industry. From the buds of marijuana, we will make marijuana oil to smear and smoothen our bodies. From the buds of marijuana, we will make cooking fat to cook our food. In short, what I'm saying, if we legalize marijuana, the prices of food shall go down. The prices of oil shall go down. The cost of education shall go down. The cost of living shall go down. But this will only be possible if we vote in Professor George Wajackoyah and his running mate to steal our mind. As I come to a close, ladies and gentlemen, I leave you with one message. There is a destination which we set out to reach and which we have not reached. I am asking you that on August 9th, let each and every Kenyan everywhere agree in their hearts that we shall vote for George Wajackoyah and Christina Wamai so overwhelmingly that there will be no chance for anybody to tamper or steal the vote, because everybody will have come out to vote for the two candidates who will liberate this country from the talons of poverty, the talons of pain, the talons of backwardness, and to catapult them to a brighter future, that they shall be able to fulfill their dreams as fathers and mothers, that courtesy of marijuana shall go home, and you shall be able to provide clothing for your children, money for your children, and food for your children. Everything that I have told you, I have told you in the name of God Almighty, and may God Almighty bless you so much, each of you, and when you go home, go and spread the message of love. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Wapi kelele ya Dr. Odhiambo? Unajua, with the permission of the faith, the reason why we brought an expert is to explain what our economic model is to explain the message we are preaching. Unajua watu wengine wanazunguka, wao wanasema nikiingia tutaweka, sijui tutatoa hii pesa, hakuna mtu amesema mahali atatoa. Ndio hiyo mabilions wanasema watawekea, sijui akina nani, kuna mtu amesema mahali atatoka. So only Professor Wajackoyah will say the money will come from so ndio hii pesa. Kabla tuendelee, tuchezee na ngoma kidogo, then I will invite Charlie come and perform a song, and then the Gravity Band to take over, and then we'll continue with our program. Thank you.
Roots party. When I say professor, you say Wajackoyah. Professor. Professor. Wajackoyah, eh? Wajackoyah. Wajackoyah, eh? Twende kazi. Kata simu, tuko wapi? Tuko wapi? So ladies and gents, right now, I want to introduce the baddest band in Kenya right now, the Gravity Band, right in the building. Yeah man, alongside the man like John Lyric. This one's a brand new tune. Yeah man, this one is called Roots Party. Backed by the Gravity Band. Introducing to you, Nairobi, Kenya. Make some noise for this man called Johnny. This one is called Roots Party. Say Roots Party. Listen. Roots Party, yes. Roots Party. Roots Party, yes. I'm saying Roots Party, yeah. Christmas party, yes. Christmas party. Christmas party, yes. Christmas party, yeah. This man Wajackoyah. This man a professor. Some call him the doctor. We call him the liberator. We also call him His Excellency the Fifth. Mr. President, when he take Dr. Wajackoyah stepped into the city. Babylon the ground in hiding. baddest band in Kenya and the whole of East Africa. The baddest band in the Gravity Band. Over to you, Juma.
Wajackoyah.
Unajua wakituona tukikula sherehe kwa manifesto yetu wanasema sisi ni waraudi, na sisi tunajua zile vitu wanafanya behind the scene wakishatuibia pesa yetu, si ndio? So sisi tunapiga sherehe publicly, si ndio? Because ni manifesto ya the fifth, si ndio? Wapi ngumi ya Wajackoyah? Si ndio? Sawa kiasi. It's a great day. It's a great day for Kenya. It's a great day for Kenya because today we are going to liberate our country. The vision we are going to unveil here will shock many. Unajua wanafikiria tu ni mambo ya bangi. Tuko na mambo ingine ya kuhang wale wanatuibianga pesa alafu wanatuletea. Kwa sababu tunasema kama unaiba pesa ya hospitali mtu anakufa alive for a life, si ndio? Kama unaiba pesa ya barabara watu wanakufa kwa ajali za barabara sababu ulitengeneza barabara mbaya, alive for a life, si ndio? And very soon Professor Wajackoyah and Justina Wamaya will be taking us through our visionary manifesto that will take Kenya to the next level. At this point, I want to call our party operations director, Mr. Alex Kanyi, to come and speak a few words, alafu tuendelee na programu yetu. Thank you so much. Alex.
Kenya oi! Rastaman oi! Taongea machache. As Juma amesema, nilitoa Kani Kimani, and that will he have said that is my Lord. Tumefurahi sana wa Kenya, and I'm very happy to see Rastaman allowed. Anatuandalia our campaigns. Rastaman ndiye anatutafutia kura. Rastaman oi! Shukuru sana.
You know, our party manifesto is very clear. Money not for the few, money for all. Resources for all. Prosperity and progressiveness for all. Nataka because our party really supports talent development in this country as a key pillar of economic development. Nataka kuita kijana mmoja wa mtaa anaitwa Bancho ambaye ametengeneza ngoma moja kali sana for Professor Wajackoyah and Justina Wamaya. Bancho.
Yeah. Wajackoyah bwana, mimi naitwa Bancho. Nimetokea Mombasa Likoni, au sio? Nimekuja kusupport Wajackoyah bwana. Sikia. Mimi nasema hivi. Wajackoyah si tunakupenda. Wewe nijibu. Mafisadi usisahau kunyonga, au sio? Wajackoyah si tunakupenda. Mafisadi usisahau kunyonga. Wajackoyah si tunakupenda. Mafisadi usisahau kunyonga. Bwana mama Justina na mheshimiwa, naomba mkuje hivi kidogo, au sio? Naomba kidogo tujibambe pamoja, au sio? Justina Sikia kidogo bro. Sikia kidogo. Nikisema kitu niambie haiwezekani, au sio? Haiwezekani eti mkono ni washe nitaikamata milioni zimebaki siku chache. Haiwezekani yule demo niache mimi nimemonga paka foni na sijonja tamate. Haiwezekani pande ya kukamate. Akuachie na simpe chochote. Squeeze mapenzi bila ya do. sawa na ugali upike kwa choo. Bwana, wanaomba mheshimiwa twende. Shukrani bwana, yuka heshima mzee. Simama juu kwa heshima mzee, simama juu. Twende kasi. Simama juu kwa heshima mzee. Usiangalie na masharubaro. Uongo kabisa, unashikanishwa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa baba, tikisa tikisa mama, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Bwana mtikisi bwana. Jakoya Jasina Jakoya bwana tunaweza kuja kati. Twende nijeze makufu baby. Asiya Jebo Kono hivi. Twende kama una shati. Twende na masharubaro na watoto hawana karo. Usidanganye na masharubaro. Usidanganye utapewa tausita. Uongo kabisa, unashikanishwa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa Yakoya baba, tikisa. Yasina mama, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Yakoya, tikisa. Wajackoyah. Yasina. Mashaka tupande na janja. Tikisa tupande wa milioni. Mtoto tutafuta sawa. Matawaka naenda hospitalini. Wachina tulipewa leni. Wasitoke mapendo mengi. Wajackoyah siku nakupenda. Mafisadi sisahau kunyonga. Siku ni kune kwa kazi. Baada ya sherehe na wazazi. Najua tutakwenda sisi. Nataka tukaenda hivi. Mashaka tupande magacha. Tumuze tupate mamilioni. Twende, esia kwa basi bro, sianze mwanzo. Twende tukai sana. Mheshimiwa wasiboeke, Mheshimiwa Wajackoyah ile bwana tunakupenda sana. Wapigana na Wajackoyah wazee. Usidanganye utapewa tausita. Uongo kabisa, unashikanishwa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa Yakoya baba, tikisa. Yasina mama, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa Wajackoyah. Yasina mashaka tupande maganja. Tumuze tupande mamilioni. Mashaka tupande sawa. Na dawa zilete hospitalini. Wachina kwa madeni. Wasikoleini wapewe madeni. Wajackoyah siku nakupenda. Mafisadi sisahau kunyonga. Siku ni nne kwa kazi. Baada ya sherehe na wazazi. Natoka na kuwa na chizi. Na vijana tunataka hivi. Mwezi wa 8 tarehe 9 ni wewe na Justina. Kufikisha na kufikisha na wanachakizina. Wajackoyah. Yasina Yasina Wajackoyah. Yasina Yasina. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa Yakoya baba, tikisa. Yasina mama, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa. Tikisa muti, tikisa.
Yeah, man. They call me Hassan Wandro. Yeah, man.
Thank you so much. Tumesema leo ni pure entertainment as we unveil the vision of our country. And nataka kidogo tumuite Shamir ni msanii mkali sana wa reggae nchi hii ambaye amekuwa akieleza information about how we should move forward as a country. Shamir, karibu sana. Karibu sana, karibu sana.
Niaje utongo wa nguvu? Niaje? Niaje? Siwasikii niaje? Mko vipi? Nataka msikie kitu moja, sawa? Mwimbe na mimi, sawa? I said to all of my jiggers and my MCs, acting on the air if you love me and if you can show you one. I say you're not in my category. Say me no one no cheating man boy. I say you're fighting man, you can't stay on ya. I tell you me no one no cheating man boy. I tell you if you, hey. Yo, big up Wajackoyah. Na tuko hapa hivi ku represent for the youths. We have to legalize it. How VP? I mean, say playing reggae music is a must. And giving love to the girl, them is a must. Skiza, playing reggae music is a must. And giving love to the girl, them is a must. Promoting peace and love is a must. It's a must, it's a must, it's a must. Money don't Babylon is a must. I trust you from his plate is a must. I miss a tell is a must. It's a must, it's a must. Skiza, skiza. I miss a baby or Rasta. Now be a better Wajackoyah. And I won't waver from this world that I'm on. Preaching the gospel of love is my only occupation. And you can go to kill if you think that will stop. And this is the music is a must. And giving love to the garden is a must. Promoting peace and love is a must. It's a must, it's a must, it's a must. Money don't Babylon is a must. I trust you for the plate is a must. Lighting up my love is a must. It's a must, it's a must, it's a must, yeah. So, string up the sound and play reggae music louder. Oh, this is the message I end up sitting down, yeah. Hear them calling, yeah. I don't you know. You know this is time to let the good vibes flow. I be saying reggae music is a must. And giving love to the garden is a must. Promoting peace and love is a must. Yeah. I be saying na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. When I wanna be his heart. Hey. I be saying oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Yeah. Listen, listen. I miss the beat, but I'm alive. I thank you, Jaja. You stood by me, even when I didn't deserve your loving, yeah. I know my darling, I couldn't get up against the I see your love so round, from my head to my toe, I'm fully sick. Aye, 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 aye. I can say aye, 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 aye. I tell you what, oh, I'm grateful. I can say aye, 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 aye. I can say aye, 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 aye. I tell you I'm grateful. I tell you I'm grateful. I can say, oh God, you bless me, bless me, bless me. You bless me, bless me, bless me. Oh God, you bless me, bless me, bless me. And they can see all the goodness you bring. Oh God, you bless me, bless me, bless me. You bless me, bless me, bless me. Oh God, you bless me, bless me, bless me. And they can see me, you say yeah, yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. If you love reggae music, say I. Say I. Say I. Oh, big up yourself. Yeah. Come on, come on, my baby. Sit here. Sit here. How you doing? So come on, girls, yeah. Listen to this now, yeah. Listen. So like a fire that burns in my soul, you took over that wheel. Skiza, come let me the song now. I said Wajackoyah is on. Yeah. Come on, Wajackoyah is on fire. Oh, so come on, girls, yeah. Listen to my soul. You took over, now you got full control. And I want this to grow more and more, yeah. And like a river that flows, my eyes should show. It's you that I want to know. Now you've been inside my mind, I can't deny. You took me by surprise. I never took too long to realize this special man that was standing beside. Well, can't you see this truth in my eyes? I feel for your stars. Say, Wajackoyah is on fire, yeah, on fire. Cause I'm on my inside. Wajackoyah is on fire, yeah, on fire. You came into me, Wajackoyah is on fire. I miss a one love, viva na mimi, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. I want you to sing now, one love. See what's key? One heart. I miss a let's get together and feel alright. I give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. I give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Give up, give up, give up, give up, give thanks, respect, one love.
We know you are the street king and we respect that. Nataka niite ma-MCA watu, tuko na ma-MCA wanasimama, wakuje hapa waongee na sisi dakika moja, watuambie vision ikoaje pale mashinani, watuambie mambo inaendeleaje pale mashinani. Kumbuka tutanyonga waafisa. Wanyonge wasinyongwe. Wanyonge wasinyongwe. Haya, ma-MCA wetu tafadhali. Kujeni muongee na watu, mseme venye tunaendeleza mambo ya chama yetu. Wanyongwe. Haya. These are MCAs. Unaona sisi hata tuko na muhindi. Wahindi pia waseme mambo yao. Waingie kwa county assembly, wafunze watu mambo ya biashara yetu ya banki, watutafutie soko huko India. Sindio? Si mnajua India is the biggest pharmaceutical country in the world. Na ile hemp mingi tutapeleka wapi? Ndio maana unatuona tuko na Wahindi hapa, si ndio? My friend, introduce yourself na uongee na watu kidogo, 2 minutes, alafu tusonge. Asante. Wajackoyah fire! Wajackoyah moto! Kwa majina naitwa Wanyama. Kwa karibu na ile ya Wajackoyah. Wanyama. I'm an aspirant in Ruai. Kasarani constituency. Watu wote wa Nairobi ambao mko hapa, ningependa kuwaomba marketing of our party is very simple. Sio kama huko kwingine unaweza pigwa. Huku kwetu very simple, meet the people, ongea nao, wanataka pesa, hao watu wote wanataka do. So the moment you meet the people, watakuwa wanataka do. Na you tell them professor hapo na formation, na sisi ambao tuko nyuma yake, mambo si rahisi. Mambo ni tunapigana huku kwingine, hao jamaa wamejihami, lakini tunaomba nyinyi mahali mko, kumbuka Roots Party even in your prayers, kumbuka Roots Party, kumbuka kuna wasee hapa tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 tukipatana hapa nje kwa Kanjo, uniambie umekaziwa parking, I'll give you my parking hapo ndani ya county hapo. Nashukuru sana, tunapigia Wajackoyah, tingiza mti. Roots Party fire. Mimi, I'm a telecommunications engineer. I've been working on the Safaricom network for the past 12 years. I'm responsible for the Nairobi East network.
tukisema Nairobi East Network pande ya Safaricom, tunasema venye Thika Road imekata kutoka Thika hivyo ikikuja ingie Ngong Road hivi hadi Ngong pande hii, pande ya East. That is what I've been managing for the past 12 years. Na I'm very sure there is no complaint ya mtu hajakuwa na network. Kama unatoka Nairobi East, if there is a complaint about network, niko hapa, niko very sure I will escalate mahali penye kunafaa. Otherwise, pick up my good people. Tuko pamoja.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today for the launch of our manifesto for Roots Party of Kenya. My name is Arjun Chauhan. I'm running for MCA Parklands Irish. If we have people registered in Western's constituency, please don't forget to vote for me. And my party leader, my father figure, Professor George Wajackoyah, and in a short while, we are going to show you our manifesto. It's for our nation. All I'll say is please vote wisely and peacefully. Na msisahau kutigiza miti. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Hamjambo wa Kenya. Wajackoyah oye. Majina yangu naitwa Jonathan Bet, natoka Kitale Cherangani. Mimi nasimama katika chama cha UDP, lakini mkurugenzi mkuu ni Wajackoyah oye. Mimi naomba kwamba iwapo Wajackoyah atakuwa president, na ninatumai atakuwa president, mimi nitakuwa waziri wa ukulima. Hili nipande bangi, hili place mahindi kwa
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jambo. My name is Naran Arjan, and I'm vying for Mugomoyeni Langata. Neguo? Tingiza Miti? We have a vision, and I'm so proud with our party leader, Wajackoyah and Christina. We will make it. This is the vision we have, and it's the future for Kenya. Thank you.
Umeona ground iko? Sasa nataka jamaa mwingine hapa tuongeleshe, alafu ndio tuendelee.
Roots Party oye! Wajackoyah oye! Kenyans, I want you to listen to me. Kwa majina naitwa Rogers Okumu Barasa. I come from Western, and if we let Professor Wajackoyah today, mimi ndio naenda kuwa MCA wa chama cha Roots Party wa the incoming president, the 5th president, Professor Wajackoyah. Professor Wajackoyah comes from my ward. Ni Mungu sio Mungu. Si ni kweli? I want to tell you this, my fellow Kenyans. The health, as we speak, the health sector is down. The economy is dying. Security is dead. And as I speak to my fellow Kenyans today, I want you guys to elect a visionary leader. I want you guys to elect a leader who is going to do and work on actions. And that leader is none other than Professor Wajackoyah. I want also you guys to listen to me as we unveil our manifesto. If you look at the gentleman seated there, Professor, you look at the strong woman that Roots Party has managed to take over as the running mate. Are they not worth the leaders Kenyans want? Lastly, My brothers, Roots Party, vile mnatuona, has educated leaders. Umeona mtu hapa mwenye anavuta bangi. We guys are saying we need bangi as medicinal value. We need marijuana to improve the economy of this country. I won't say much, my brothers, but I want to urge you, my fellow youth, that come 9 August 2022, which is only around 30-40 days to come, please do us a honor as we celebrate the liberation of this country. Freedom is coming. Thank you, my brothers.
Sisi tunasema freedom is bangi. Freedom is what? Bangi. I want to call youth leader from Mandera, jamaa anaitwa Eden, ambaye ana represent Waislamu. Waislamu pia wako kwa Roots Party wengi sana. Eden. Uje uongee na watu kidogo.
Wajackoyah oye! Mimi naitwa Adam and I'm from Mandera. Mimi niko hapa ku represent Waislamu na Wasomali community at large. Sasa I'm part of the officials ya Roots Party of Kenya. Leo it is kwa schedule yetu pia ni we have to lazima tuuze sera yetu pia. Kwanza leo ni siku ya furaha. Ile tsunami inatendeka hapa, it is felt from Nairobi to Kingston in Jamaica. Kwanza kuambia some few points about Professor Wajackoyah. Kuna watu wenye walikuwa wanasema Wajackoyah hakuwa anajulikana na is a project or whatever. So Wajackoyah, kuna watu wengi kama rafiki yangu anaitwa Nchoka kwa hapa na mimi mwenyewe we are sponsored to go to universities. Sasa mtu wanyonge kama mimi sasa ndio tuna recognize Wajackoyah. Si lazima Wajackoyah ajulikane na state watu wenye wako kwa watu wenye wanajiita mahaslas na sijui majina zingine. So kama wanyonge wanaweza recognize Wajackoyah, si lazima wengine wajue Wajackoyah ni nani. Si ndio? Sasa sisi ndio wenye wanapiga kura na sisi ndio tutaamua. Si ni namna hiyo? Kitu ya pili, kuna maulamas na watu wa kanisa wenye walikuwa wanasema bangi ni mbaya. Okay, sisi tunatarajia wakuje watuambie okay, hii kitu kama mna legalize, si lazima tusikize watu wenye wanasema maheta, si ndio? Sisi tunajua hii kitu ni legalize. Si ndio? Sasa hata juzi tulikuwa tunaona kwa media watu wanasema hii kitu ni mzuri, hata mtu fulani akiingia tutalegalize. Ni kama tu wanaimba idea yetu, si ndio? Sasa sisi tunasema hiyo ni idea ya Roots Party of Kenya na Wajackoyah, si ndio? Sasa kama walikuwa wanaogopa mbeleni, sisi tunauza sera yetu. Kitu ya pili walisema temi snake ni kitu mbaya, ama walikuwa wanaona kama ni that famine of nini inajulikana countrywide, I mean worldwide. Just to touch on a point on the cost of snakes, cobra's venom ina cost around 153 per gallon dollars, that is in dollars. Sasa ikikuja kwa pesa yetu after 3 months ama 4 months tumelipa pesa ya China. Sio? Wanakataa wanasema bank haina pesa. Wanasema bank haina pesa. Na tumewaonyesha list yenye inaonyesha prices ya bank kama countries zenye wananunuanga na ngapi. Sasa in 1 year time hiyo pesa yote yenye tunadaiwa tunamaliza, si ndio? So Kenya literally itakuwa country kubwa yenye watu wanakuja wafanye farming hapa. Pharmaceutical companies watakuja hapa wajue sasa venye tunafanya farming, wakuje wachukue venye wata extract hiyo sumu na bangi, ndio waende watengeneze dawa wakuje watutibu, si ndio? Sasa mimi nawaambia okay, kitu kingine watu wasiseme hakuna inclusivity kwa Roots Party of Kenya. Mumeona tuko na Warasta, tuko na Waislamu, tuko na Wakristo, tuko na Wahindi na tuko na kila mtu, si ndio? In terms of inclusivity, Roots Party ndio number 1. Si ndio? Umewahi sikia mtu akitaja tribe ya Wajackoyah? Tunasema mtu fulani ni Mjaluo, mtu fulani ni Mluya. Wajackoyah is the only presidential candidate mwenye anawaleta Wakenya pamoja, si ndio? Kuanzia dini, kuanzia mgonjwa, watu wazuri na wabaya wote, yeye tu ndiye ametuleta pamoja, ndio tukakuwa one person, si ndio? Lazima tuingize Wajackoyah. Freedom is coming. Asanteni.
Roots Party is the only party which has genuinely recognized young people in this country and given a chance to lead this country. Nataka niite viongozi wa Warasta. Niko na viongozi wa Warasta hapa. They come and say a few words. Alafu ndio tuendelee, ndio? Na Warasta wakijipanga, I want to call our SG, our Secretary General, to come and recognize a few members of our party. But before even I continue, I want to recognize Max, who is the PA. I want to recognize Brian and Edu, who is our communication director.
Thank you Jemo. Kabla tuendelee na program, just a small recognition for a movement and an individual who has been supporting us throughout this journey. The Free Kenya movement, if you have heard, has been an integral part of the Roots Party, and they have supported us and are now willing to move forward with us on this journey towards the general election on the 9th of August. On that note, can I please request for 1 or 2 minutes Honorable Bob Jage, the chairman of the Free Kenya movement, to come and give us some words of encouragement going forward. Bob Jage, please.
Roots Party, tingiza mti. Roots Party, Roots Party, Roots Party. Hi, Rastaman. My name is Bob Jage. I'm the chairperson of the Free Kenya movement. Free Kenya movement is a coalition of independent candidates countrywide. And so far, we have a number of members of the county assembly. We have members of parliament. We have governors, senators, women reps under the Free Kenya movement. Ile kitu ambayo sisi kama vuguvugu la Kenya Huru hatujapata ni rais. Manake hakuna independent candidate alipita kuwa rais. Lakini hapa leo tumekuja kama vuguvugu ya Kenya Huru ambaye tunasema kama wagombea viti huru. Siku ya leo sisi tuko tayari kufanya kazi na Roots Party of Kenya, RPK. Na tayari tulianzisha safari hii mwaka 2018 ambapo tulianzisha mchakato wa referendum ambayo inaitwa Free Kenya Popular Initiative. Vile unatuona hapa hivi, tuko viongozi mbalimbali kutoka Kenya taifa nzima. Na ningependa kwa introduce wenzangu ambao nimekuja nao hapa leo. Nikianza na katibu mkuu wa vuguvugu la Kenya Huru, anaitwa Nicholas Oyo, makofi kwake. Tuko na treasurer wetu mweka hazina, Bwana Mlialia Hukumu, makofi kwake. Tuko na MCA Madam Harriet, tafadhali njoo. Madam Harriet ambayo ni member wetu, ni MCA wa Kitengela Ward, Olosirikon Chalunge Ward. Pia tuko na MCA kutoka Nandi County, ametoka ward inaitwa Maraba Kimeloi Ward, anaitwa Rasta mwenzetu wako hapa Rasta. Not forgetting our wakili wetu ambaye ametuwakilisha kotini, Tuko na kesi ambayo tunaendelea nayo kwa High Court. Tumeshtaki IBC kwa sababu waliweka sheria kali sana ya kulazimisha wagombea viti huru wapatiane photocopy ya IDs. Kwa hivyo kupitia wakili wetu Karani ambaye pia ni member wa Roots Party of Kenya na ni mgombea kiti wa ubunge, ningependa salimiane pia.
Freedom ni nini? Bang. Freedom is bangi.
Asante. Bila kuzidisha zaidi, manake siku leo ni siku ya RPK. Kwanza ningependa kutoa salamu yetu nikisema weka ngumi moja kwa mkono, ngumi ya left hand. Kisema people power, higher power. People power, higher power. People power, higher power. People power, higher power. Higher power, people power. Higher power, people power. Kisema free Kenya, unasema everywhere. Free Kenya, everywhere. Everywhere, free Kenya. Yeah, so today we are here as a testament that we have a new liberation that is coming. We have a change that is coming. Tuko hapa manake tunaona ile sera ambaye rais mtarajiwa Professor George Luchiri Wajackoyah ako nayo, ni sera ambayo itaenda kusaidia kila mmoja wetu, kuanzia watoto, watu wazima na hata wazee. Manake tuko na haja ya kutoa mbinu ambazo zitaleta tofauti katika maisha yetu, au sio? Wale wengine wanapeana ahadi. Tumesikia ahadi nyingi ambazo zinapeanwa. Tunaambiwa kuna uchumi ambaye itazinduliwa kutoka chini kwenda juu, lakini sijui ni uchumi gani hii. Manake tunataka viongozi wanatupatia suluhisho ambaye tunaona na tunajua. Wangapi wanasema legalize it? Legalize it. Legalize marijuana. Legalize marijuana. Free marijuana. Asanteni, na tungependa kuongea zaidi, lakini naomba rais mtarajiwa, tungependa kuwa na kongamano ya wagombea viti huru wote hapa Kenya, tukutane na rais mtarajiwa ili tuweze kushikana naye hadi siku ya mwisho kwa debe, au sio? Wangapi wanasema tuungane Free Kenya na RPK? Nione kwa mkono. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki na tuko pamoja. Thank you.
Sasa tunataka pia warasa. Roots Party is a party for all. It's a party for all religions. It's a party for all young people, all, kila mtu, irrespective of their class or religious orientation. Nataka warasta waongee, iko groups mingi. Unajua warasta wako na mambo mingi yao. Leo watatuambia ukuje uongee, alafu ndio tupatie hii group hapa ambao ni kama watatupeleka kwa meditation. Thank you.
Wajackoyah. Wajackoyah. Kwa majina naitwa Matenge Mupundi, Kenya First Rastafari Advocate. I'm also the spokesperson of Rastafari Movement in Kenya. We are offering unwavering full support to Professor. We believe and we trust in him. We want now an economic freedom, financial independence. Sasa tunataka pesa mkononi. Hatutaki pesa kwa mfuko ya wakubwa. Tunataka pesa mkononi. Kila mwananchi apate pesa. We also want legalization. Tunajua bangi ni mmea. We know bangi is a herb. Yes sir. Na hii mmea inaweza tusaidia kuinua uchumi wetu. Tunataka viwanda zenye zimekuwa zimekufa juu ya corruption. Tunataka pesa irudi kwa mwananchi. Thank you.
Warasta hapa wanataka kufanya chant. Mmeambiwa inaitwa chant. Wafanye chant yao, alafu viongozi wao ataweza kuongea kidogo, atuambie what the Rasta community is saying. Sawa. Take it. Tuendelee. Rastafari.
Because the Almighty has made you as a perfect being in this creation. You are no lesser than any. We say, Black Liberation Day. Black Liberation Day. What a great day. This must be when Africa is free. No more apartheid. No more genocide. When Africa is free. For so long, and our forefathers have been toiling in captivity and brutality that has been brought about by the colonial master. 1540 years ago, our forefathers died in the sea while they were being taken against their will to work on the cotton plantation and sugarcane plantation so that they can benefit people who are not of our culture. I take this minute to remember Patrice Lumumba, Haile Selassie, Dedan Kimathi, Kwame Nkrumah, Agri Jaden, all the freedom fighters who have stood for our liberation. Selassie, we are the children of the ancient Africa, ancient Africa. Ancient Africa, we are the children of the ancient Africa. Oh, yes, we are. Civilization come from ancient Africa, ancient Africa, ancient Africa. Civilization come from ancient
red, gold, and green.
Glory be to God, Son, and power. Glory be unto the Most High, Father of creation, Emperor Haile Selassie I the First, wise of Menen I. Glory be unto Marcos Mosiah Garvey, who say and prophesy and say that the time for the black man liberation is here. Whereas the great man and the great woman of Africa to represent I and I in this time. Yes. Black power. Yeah, man. My names are Rastafari Lojuron Agri-Jaden, and I is the chairperson of the Rastafari Society of Kenya. You have seen I and I in the battles in the court when we are defending our children against the cutting of their hair, which is the black man's blessing, because and we give thanks that through the court, the government of Kenya have declared that Rastafari is a faith like any other faith in the world and must be respected and according to the Constitution of Kenya, which brings us all together, Article 32, that all Kenyans are equal. And I, as Rastafari, have been through great tribulation. As we all know the history, we are all historians and lovers of history, because people without knowledge of their past is like a tree without its roots. We all know that the history of Rastafari begins when our forefathers were taken against their will the land of slavery to go and work for freedom, work for free for 400 years. A time has come now, 50 years, 55 years after independence, that God has sent for us another Moses. Because the problem that faces our continent today is malnutrition, poverty, sickness, illiteracy, and lack of opportunities for the young people. And we know very well that Africa is blessed with the sun, the soil, and fresh water, that if given opportunity, we are able to feed the world, not only with food, but provide medicine, and as well as also provide guidance to reduce immorality and the threat of nuclear warfare that we are seeing today happening in the rest of the world. So let us take this matter that is before our hand and this period as a serious time. Young people who have their voting card, please do not sleep. Turn out in large number so that you can make the rightful decision. People should stop suffering from cancer and poverty, because we are the richest continent in the world. And I have a lot to reason, but today is not our day. Today is the day for our chairperson and our elder, Wajackoyah, to come and tell us how he has a plan for the youth of this nation. But please, Your Excellency, as you are sent to be our 5th president of this country, remember that the Rastafari community has been sidelined for so long and marginalized, and our story has been misinterpreted. Please, as you enter, let us come closer to you so that we can also provide advice on how to preserve our environment and how to protect our culture as the indigenous people of Africa. Before I step out, let me give my president here 1 second to greet you all.
Yes, sire. Yeah, my name is Odhiambo, and I am a traveler. I travel around Africa, between Cape Town and Cairo. We do tourism, something called overland safaris. But I'm not here to tell you all that. I'm here to tell you, it's time now to rise up, and it's time now to change up the perception that you have towards the word called marijuana, ganja. Change your perception. Go and check out videos on YouTube. We have a small video which is very interesting. It's called Hemp for Victory. This Hemp for Victory will prove you that it will show you why America today is a superpower. Your grandmother, even the toddler at home, make sure they know what marijuana is capable of and what ganja is capable of and what hemp is capable of, so that we don't have this perception of saying marijuana is bad and marijuana was created by the Most High like the way we are created by the Most High. Okay? So it is our duty. We make sure that Roots Party are sent to State House with any complication. Full peace and love. This is what we preach as a Rastaman and as an African. So, Tingisha Miti. Tingisha Miti. Yes, make sure you don't forget, if you shake the tree, the fruits will fall down, and when the fruits fall down, you'll be healthy. So, Roots Party all the way. Blessings to the Most High.
Wapi kelele ya Warasta? You know, our fifth president, Professor Wajackoyah, and our deputy president, Justina Wamai, wamesema they are going to guarantee religious freedoms. Kama ni Waislamu ujue Friday inakuwa Saturday pia tunatulia na Sunday pia. Nataka tuko na wakadinali ndani ya nyumba. Subaru ziko area, si ndio? Wapi kelele ya wakadinali? Kabla wakadinali wakuje, nataka makufu na tear gas. Watufanyie mambo yao kidogo, changamuke, tusimame kidogo, tu dance. Hebu kila mtu asimame. Kila mtu asimame. Kila mtu asimame. Si ndio? Hebu kaende basi.
It's the DJ. No time to waste. Drop it. Drop it. Kama unapenda reggae, kama unapenda Wajackoyah. Nasima skanking and grooving. And better move your body skanking and grooving. Under pressure, and skanking, grooving. Under the pressure of the nimekaa na Profesa Wajackoyah wakiwa na Justina. Wajackoyah Professor.
our vice president, our incoming vice president. This one happens to be her favorite reggae song. I'll see you. Wapi kelele our vice president, Justina. Trouble no one. Professor Wajackoyah. Corruption, what he said, that's the nature of a Rastaman. So I know everybody is feeling. Professor Wajackoyah ndio kusema. Wapi mikono professor? Kama uko na kura na unajua unapigia professor, weka kura kwa hema. Weka Juma. Unajua tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8, the 5th president of Kenya anaitwa Professor George Wajackoyah. Wapi mikono ya Roots Party? Somebody say Charles as in big roots and when I say professor, you say Wajackoyah, professor. Ikifika tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 tunaweka kura kwa professor wakiwa na vice president Justina. Kelele. Over to you.
Tukae chini sasa.
wacha niseme na nisikike vizuri, au sio? Nimekuambia kwa majina, mimi ni Tiagas ama Baba Dede Baba. Na mimi ndio pastor wa Warasta. Kuna kitu moja ilikuwa inanikatia sana, nikiwaona wakitumia rege vibaya. Lakini sasa tuko na mwenyewe Professor George. Waambie pastor wa Warasta amesema wasitumie rege ovyo ovyo, sawa? Rege ni Wajackoyah. Wajackoyah. Let's go. Weka mikono mbili juu ya hewa tafadhali. Reggae in the back, reggae in the back, reggae everywhere. Reggae in jail, reggae in church. Everybody likes reggae. They try. And yes, I will. Lakini sasa nataka kuambia the favorite artist of our fifth president. When I say lucky, you say Dube lucky. Special for Professor Wajackoyah. Let's go. Kama wewe ni mrasto unapenda amani, mkono chini. Ukiweka mkono moja ingine na kata na shetani. Weka mkono mbili juu ya hewa tafadhali. Amerudi mtaani, ananiambia Baba Dede, sasa ndio sasa.
simu, tuko wapi? Kata simu, tuko wapi? Wapi kelele ya Roots Party? Kata simu, tuko set, flex. Haya. Kata simu, tuko set. Sawa. Tutumie kidogo, tutarudi kupiga densi. Sawa. Sawa. Tutulie kidogo, tuingie nafasi nyingine where we are going to unveil our manifesto. This is one of the serious businesses of this country. Na kuna mongorino hapa, simama usalimie watu, wave to the people. Kuna mongorino hapa ndani. Amekamna kinini. Salimia watu tu hivyo, weka mkono tu hivyo. Sawa, anaitwa Heze Junior. Sisi tunasema ni bangi ya kuuza, lakini unaona hata mongorino wako na mambo mengine. Lakini ni sawa ndugu yangu. Ni sawa. Atakuwa transporter. Haya, sawa. At this point, nataka nimwalike our deputy president aweze kutupatia vision ya nchi. Then akimaliza atuitie rais wetu wa 5 ambaye anaitwa nani? Justina, please. Take it.
Asante sana. By the way, hiyo wimbo iko ina message. Rastaman anablemiwa kila kitu. Kweli uongo? Leo nilikuwa meeting ya youth council asubuhi. Wenye waliona, yes. Na mimi nilicommit on behalf of Kenyan youth that we shall not be used to perpetrate violence. Swali, nilikosea kucommit? Mimi hata niliwaambia Rastaman is a peaceful man. Kwa hivyo sisi tunajua future ni yetu na watoto wetu. Generation inakuja ni sisi tunalidi nchi. Kwa hivyo tukipigana tuwe ghasia, tunaharibu mali ya watoto wetu na mali yetu, si ndio? Kwa hivyo niseme, unakumbuka tukiwa shule tulikuwa tunaambiwa andika insha, na unatumia msemo kama nina furaha bila kifani. Unakumbuka hizo vitu? Mimi furaha yangu iko hivyo. Na niwashukuru kabisa. Pia nishukuru wa Kenya ambao wametutengenezea merchandise. Yani Roots Party has not spent anything on branding. But naona Mkenya ananunua t-shirts, Mkenya ananunua bana. Yani Kenyans are supporting us. Na mimi niko na confidence nikisema our campaign is people driven. Najua hiyo, I salute all of you. But I would want to appreciate one lady. Mama Yunia, please kuja tu. Ndio wale wazazi wako nyumbani waone mama wa hii ana support this party. Mama wa hii anatumia hela zake, ametengeneza vikombe. za Roots Party na Profesa Wajackoyah. Mama wa UEH anatekeleza mountain. Karibu mama. Mimi nataka pole, si tuko na challenge nyumbani ya kuconvince wazazi wetu, shosho wetu, kuka wetu. So naona hii maneno ni bandi, ni kitu mbaya. But mama Yune akisimama hapa, it speaks volumes. So nampatia 1 minute atuongeleshe kama vijana Roots Party na Kenya nzima wajue hii chama iko na watu majua. Karibu mama. God is good all the time. Uliza mwenzako uko na kura au ni kujaza rumu na kucheza dance? Wajackoyah oye! Kila nyumba iko na mama, iko na nini? Na radha. Nani anaangalia chakula kama iko shumbi? Tuko na mama. Jasmina oye! Oye! Mimi kile ningetaka kusema ni kushukuru Roots Party na honorable wetu Profesa Wajackoyah. Digrii 716 ni mchezo. Ni mchezo. Tumesoma kwa historia, kwa media, amesoma, ni kweli. Amefanya kazi gumu, hakuna kazi gumu kwa binadamu, ni ukweli. Amuka asubuhi, elekea na njia, ambia Mungu yako, leo natoka kwa nyumba, nataka kufanya hivi, nataka kwenda shule. Ukiwa kama umeenda shule, masaa ile uko free, enda ukafanye kazi. Ni kweli. Nashukuru ma'am. Nashukuru Babylon Fedra. Niko nyuma yake. This is my daughter. Unajua, today is our day. We are here to demystify Roots Party. Si ndio? Watu wanapenda kusema mambo mingi. Mengi yameandikwa kwa magazeti. Sisi ni project. In fact, sasa inaweza sema yenye gazeti inifunge nyama. Ukweli wangu. Mimi nataka kuuliza prof nikiwa hapa. Prof, umeona vile Wakenya wanatupenda? Wanatupenda bure. Bure, prof. Kweli, sisi wenye mnatupenda tunaweza asaliti? Hapana, we cannot. Tuko na nyinyi mpaka mwisho. I want to assure you that as Justina Wamai. Mimi, yani hata leo tumeimba national anthem. Karibu nilie. Unaona venye tunasema Kenya istahili heshima. Mio basi imenikuza nikaona ukweli inastahili heshima. Lakini tutakosa heshima kwa nini? Hatuna pesa, mikopo huku na pale, tunataka donor funding, na tuko na shamba zetu. Mbona tusiekelee industrial hemp ama na madegani? So hivyo mimi nasikia tu mkera nikilia mtu yetu ni furaha. Lakini kwa unyenyekevu kabisa. Hizo vitu ndio zinafanya mtu asikie uchungu kwa Mkenya. But mimi ningewaomba kwa unyenyekevu. Unajua pia Rastaman na watu wa Roots tunaambiwa we are jokers. Mimi ningewaomba tu mniruhusu nisome tu hii speech. Tuliandika from my heart na mniruhusu niongee kwa Kizungu. So that we can prove to Kenyans that one, tuko na agenda. Kweli uongo? Tuko na agenda. Kweli uongo? Na tuko na future. Kweli uongo? So let me read this speech kwa sababu hii niliandika tu from my heart. Na tuta maintain, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Kenyans, all protocols observed. My name is Justina Wamai, the presidential running mate to Professor George Wajackoyah. As a Kenyan, I have first-hand experience on how hard and tough it is to be a Kenyan. This opportunity is simply humbling to me, given that back in 1997 I was 10 years old, being brought up in Kibera, which was in Langata constituency then, and being in the same ballot paper 25 years later with my MP then. And most of the people who we are competing with have been in politics directly or indirectly. Guys, I'm humbled. And this speaks to wale watu wako nyumbani, children who are watching us, because I know as it is, wazazi wanaforce watu waone news. My parents used to do that. So I'm sure there are young kids at home wanaona hii by default, mzazi is watching. It is clear that wanasema your dreams are valid. Do not be scared to dream. Kweli uongo? Haya, niendelee nisema. Today, I'm delighted as a woman and a youth to be on the decision-making table. This Roots Party ticket seeks to convert youth and women into frontline agents in the development agenda of Kenya. And to this end, Roots Party is cognizant that the presidency has two aspects. The hard aspects, which is legislations and regulations, but the soft aspects, which speaks to the minds and hearts of Kenyans. Roots Party has listened to the minds and hearts of Kenyans. And we are saying it is not right that 5.5 million youths are unemployed. 1.2 million Kenyans living above the poverty line of 220 shillings daily. High cost of living occasioned by increased taxes. High debt, which is approximately 10 trillion, meaning a child conceived today owes 189,000 Kenya shillings. Huyo ameconceiviwa. Human rights issues, because when I say Kenya is stahili heshima, some people who are victims of the 1998 bombings were never compensated, but others were. What is the role of our government to protect its people? Kenyans are stuck in the Middle East. Women, men, seeking greener pastures. How is the government protecting them? In this backdrop, Roots Party is the solutions to Kenya. Roots Party seeks to uphold the respect of Kenyans by first paying off our debt quickly as soon as possible. Shun donor support and instill confidence in our people that grass is greener in Kenya. Join us, let us water our grass in Kenya. As I stand here, I seek to speak to both men, women, and the youth. This demography requires us to amplify their voice. And the most important thing, tuliambiwa si pesa mfukoni, ni pesa mkononi. How are we going to achieve this as Roots Party? Number one, we want to legalize and regulate marijuana in this country. Marijuana is used across 9 sectors, producing over 25,000 products. The sectors are food and beverage, automobile fiber, construction and insulation, plastic and paper, furniture, textiles, cosmetics, lubricants, and medicine. All this we import. Kweli wangu? Yet we have people here, our own labor, who can do it. Many people at home might be asking, why did Roots Party focus on industrial hemp or marijuana? You know, someone was telling me you can do potatoes. I mean, the results are the same. But we have gone into research. Mulisikia daktari Ogota hapa. Unaona ni mtu amesoma. Let us respect watu ambao wamesoma. And also let us learn to appreciate our own knowledge producers. You know, most of the time tunasoma maneno za wengine. We consume knowledge. But we are focusing on Kenyan knowledge producers like Dr. Ogot. Why industrial hemp? Ukiangalia global prices. Maize, 90 kg is 3,000. Sugarcane, the government is buying at 4,112 per ton. coffee per gate is 23 shillings per kg. That is coffee and tea at the gate. But the market price for industrial hemp is 159,000 per kg. Our role as Roots Party is to run a profitable government. A government that does not seek to tax people, its people, or a government that doesn't need to borrow debt to run its projects.
That is what the government.
Exactly. So, how are we going to create employment for the women and youth? Number one, the youth, women, men will be farmers by default. Exactly. Number two, there's a question on how we are going to control the CBD marijuana that Odhiambo na Dr. got na ingine ya Kicc ile ya kulevya. We are going to reintroduce agricultural officers who will be inspecting land like what they used to do with coffee. Finally, Professor has been saying that expressway yote itakuwa na bangi. And someone akaniuliza, kweli mtu akaniuliza, haya sasa jubangi itakuwa commodity, itakuwa valuable. How are we going to protect? Tunasikia avocado zimeibiwa. Si tukasema we are going to recall all NYS youth who graduated na hawana kazi. Si walifundishwa? That is creating employment by default. Not forgetting the industries in the 9 sectors producing over 25,000 products. Kwa hivyo already youth are consulted mwenye anataka kazi. But kuna the other type of youth and woman and man mwenye anasema I can be an investor. When you go to the bank, they ask you for security as collateral. Ukweli? Tuko hata na gari, si tunataka hata boda tuna. Ukweli ukitishwa logbook, do you have it? Ama mko nazo? Mimi naongea vitu hivi. Ndio tukasema we will avail, because when we're in government, land belongs to the government. 200,000 acres zitatengewa. We have a project like the Yali one where we pick the best 50,000 youths in cohorts. Cohort moja inaenda 4 months. 4 months, huyo youth anapata 4. Let me say this, looking into the future, sustainability aspects. In 50 years, Nairobi will not be habitable because of climate change and global warming. But tukiekelea industrial hemp, it acts as crop cover, cover our soil. Kwa hivyo hata kule arid and semi-arid areas, with time, that land will be habitable, it will be arable for farming. Hata Nairobi kikuwa moto ama watu wajae, when professor tells you that we will go to Isiolo, does it now make sense? It does. So let me say this, as we unveil our manifesto, this is the real change. This is the real financial independence. And I put to you Kenyans that we are ready for change. And I'll leave you with a quote. Unajua lazima tuchangamshe bongo, eh? A guy called Ralph Waldo alisema, among the map makers of each generation are risk takers, those who see opportunities, seize the moment, and expand man's vision of the future. We as Roots Party are the risk takers, and we are seeking your mandate to expand Kenya's vision of the future. God bless you. Sasa ile wakati umechangamka? Hapana, mimi nataka gas, kuna ngoma mimi napenda. Hebu simameni ndio film akikuja hapa. Gas. Unajua umefanya gas. Unajua umefanya remix. tunaongea Wajackoyah. Ndio kila Mkenya wenye ako hapa ama nyumbani ajiulize Wajackoyah atafanya nini na msikize what Wajackoyah will do for you. Tia.
Haya, nishawafunza hiyo ngoma, si ndio? In a 1, 2, 3, let's go. Unamnyoshea kidole. Luchini anaitwa nani? Wacha. Wajigwa nani? Anaitwa nani? Wacha. Oh, wajigwa nani? Anaitwa nani? Wajackoyah. President anaitwa nani? The people's president. Hey, come on, everybody.
Tusikize rais wetu, ndio? Kidogo tu. Kaeni chini ndio tusikie kenye Wajackoyah anatuambia. Situlie chini kidogo. Sawa. Asante. Guys. Let's sit down. Ndio tuweze kuendelea. I want to call, excuse me. Nataka niite our deputy president Jasina Omai sasa tuitie rais. Rais atusomee manifesto, atuambie manifesto iko namna gani, si ndio?
Umeshindwa hata kukaa chini, umebambika. Mtasikiza kama umesimama. Haina ile root fact. Professor Wajackoyah, it is my humble duty as your deputy to ask you this question on behalf of Kenya. Wajackoyah